All right, hey, so unfortunately the audio cut out, so we'll try to upload soon, but here we have SPOOT. So there's the 360 microwave we're using on top. And then, so yeah, this is just a tour of the tech. There's Raspberry Pi, our OLED display, and glasses that we 3D printed along with the platform. Looks a little interesting, but that's because we're computer science majors. Here you can see I'm talking on the right in this video, so it shows the right on the display, and it also highlights the right and the bottom right. That's just to show direction. Here, let's see. So yeah, so here's our little like AR display we made. So here I'm talking, and we're saying the name of the person. So when you say the name of the person, it lights up like that. Here, let's show it again. So if we're talking here and we're saying, "Hey, Spoot," we called it Spoots because we just thought the name was funny. But there, here we go. Here's a better example. So if we yell, "Hey, Spoot," right there, your name was called from the back right. So it shows the direction, not only the direction where sound is coming from, but if it's important like a name, it will show where it's coming from. Yeah, and so it says from back right there. You can see, let's see right there, it shows the right on the little display. Yeah, and this little OLED display we had, once again, you know, we're computer science, not mechanical engineering, so it's a little interesting, but yeah, let's see. So I'm talking from the right here. You can see it's kind of popping up on the right on the display. Also down here, if I talk at different levels too. So the blue is if you're at a very low level. You can see it says voice right there. There we go. We called the name again, and it said your name was called from back right. All right, quick cut in. We actually did manage to get a clip with audio working. So here's the next clip. Yo, Spoot.
Yeah.
Your name was called from back right, and that's exactly where I'm standing.
All right, so what's happening on the back end is essentially we're taking the audio here, 360. This thing already will tell us the direction of arrival. We're taking the direction of arrival, and what's happening is instantaneously it's going to display the direction. But in the background, because we're using like Gemini's API in order to call and give context, so basically it takes a couple seconds. So at first it'll show the direction, and then it'll tell you if it's a voice or something. So what we're doing there is originally, we just wanted to do the direction of where something was coming because my roommate's deaf in one ear, can't tell the direction. But then I realized that often I'll call his name and he won't hear it. Like he won't notice, like register that I'm calling him. So it's a little bit hard of hearing. And so we thought that we could also take like whenever someone talks, let's say there's a crowd, people are just talking, he wouldn't care about that. But if someone were to call his name out, then it would be useful for him to also be notified that someone's calling for him and also where it's from, like coming from. And so yeah, so that's why when you see on there, when you yell the name, it shows the direction of where it's coming from and also the voice. What's happening is basically, so it's taking the input stream of the 360, like where it's coming from in the audio. First it displays that direction that we showed you, and then it's taking a couple seconds calling Gemini and asking, is this important? You know, like is the name, let's say the user's name, so in that case Spoot or whatever your name is, whatever you set in the environment, the name. And we also are using some fuzzy matching to see similar keywords, like just like, yeah, basically similar words, so that if like, let's say they yelled the name is super close, then maybe, you know, maybe it just picked it up wrong and it was actually supposed to be the right name. Yeah, and then from there, so it's calling Gemini, you know, saying how important is this, and then Gemini will return if it's high, if it has the name in it or something close, or maybe even there's also some key phrases like watch out or like look out and stuff like that. In that case, Gemini will also reason and use the context there to return a JSON of importance, either high or low. Yeah, and then once you get that high or low, so once it has already displayed the direction something's coming from, after that 1 or 2 seconds, that's when it will display the like a little more context. It won't just say something's the sound from the right, it'll say a voice is calling you from the right, like specifically calling you. Yeah, and so we're using Gemini's model as opposed to other models because it was especially fast. So this needs to be real time. You know, people are shouting at you, you need to be alert. And so we basically, yeah, we want you to react fast. Like, you know, if someone's yelling like watch out, right? You want to hear within a second or two. And so Gemini's flash models, which we're using, they're super quick at just taking in the data, the prompt we have, and then returning back whether or not it's important so that we can alert the user. Yeah, so yeah, that was Spoot. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Thank you.